Good Wednesday evening, baseball fans. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're getting close to that magic day, right? Pitchers, catchers report. So, thought we'd play a little 1971 baseball tonight, Action PC. This will be the Phillies versus the Pirates. So the Phillies are 0-1, the Pirates 1-0. So as a Pirate fan, you guys know I don't do a lot of Pirate games on my channel just because I love playing other teams as well. I thought tonight we'd do the Bucks because it looks like a pretty good matchup here. Besides, it's the Pirates, damn it. So before I do, I heard some great news from our friend here of the community, of our family, I should say. Samuel Smith, who said apparently, like pretty much coming around the corner around the same time or close to the same time, the release of Digital Diamond Baseball 13 is a Windows modernized version of Lance Hafner Baseball. So if you guys remember that from the old days, I never ever got to play that game. But wow, Lance Hafner games. I'll tell you what, let's check out the website here. 6 people already. Let's see what's going on. If this is a home brew thing or what's going on, man. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, this would be like amazing, right? So yeah, let's do a little reading here, if we will, guys, really quickly. So we're on lhgames.net. We should pitch in so that Lance can get a lhgames.com. Anyhow, so committed to preserving the iconic sports simulations created by Lance Hafner, we're working tirelessly to ensure that the original version of Lance Hafner is restored and available in the modern world. So our goal is to bring back the statistical accuracy, realism, and excitement that made Lance Hafner simulations so popular in the past. Join us in a journey to relive the glory days of computer sports simulations. So not a lot of news here. Let me see. Let's look at games. So there's football, basketball. There we go. There's full count baseball. Let's see if we can get some. Okay, so right now the only thing that's available is the DOS version. So I was hoping to get a little bit more information. Hey, Truth Hurts Wokey joins. He's finally got Action PC installed. Excellent. So this is the old Lance Hafner games. You can play this. So there's a lot of there's some things you have to do. Updating the game, support modern rules, blah blah blah. The future, updating code. So hopefully, I mean, from what I understand, this will work right now on modern Windows systems. I mean, it's not, again, I don't know whether there's going to be any updated graphics. I would certainly, I'd volunteer. I'd be like, hey, let me do this. So I guess we'll keep an eye on this and see what happens. So I don't know where Samuel got that date, but maybe there's some cool shots going or some cool things going on. So gameplay menus. So it's still very DOSy looking, which, is okay. But if it's going to be updated and it will work really nicely in modern systems, we'll see. I know that there's a whole, it's a big community on Facebook for this. So, there it is. So you can download it. Finally available for Windows. So maybe, let me see. Let's look at the releases here before we do it. What's new, blah, blah, blah. And I guess you can find seasons for this thing on the Facebook page. So maybe we'll muck about with it a little bit. All right, cool. So thank you, Samuel Smith. He's always, we're always trading little things about baseball books or baseball resources. So I really appreciate it. So Truth Hurts Wokey, there we go. Hey, David, how you doing? So David NS Railfan says that he got his 2025 Action PC baseball today also. All right, cool. So David, is this your is this your first jump into Action PC baseball, or have you been a player for a while, or what? Excellent game. Excellent baseball game. One of my favorites, to be sure. I do a lot of stuff with all kinds of stuff with this. So, but this is actually a rare thing for me to do a game in a actual season replay. Usually don't do that. So But 1971 is my Pittsburgh Pirates. That was a good season. Yeah, Mike. So full count by Lance Hafner Games. Yes. Yep. I know it's available for Windows, but apparently, according to Samuel Smith, there's going to be even more. I don't know. I do see it's downloadable. I haven't tried it yet, but pretty good news. So hopefully, if Samuel comes in, hey, Philip. So hopefully, Samuel comes in, we can pump him for some more information because he put that in a comment. Apparently, that's something happening around the same or close to the same time as Digital Diamond Baseball 13 is going to be released, and that's sometime in March. Hey, missed you too, Philip. It's good to see you. So David says, no, I've had it in the early 2020s, but you're on APA player, but you're an APA player with Digital Diamond. Nice. All right, cool. Played some APA back in my undergraduate days. Played a lot of Status Pro. Played a good deal of APA. Played some Strat. And yeah, Digital Diamond is really awesome as a board game companion. And I'm sure if you're not, you should be aware that Pocket Pennant Run now is a definite alternative as well. And if you haven't, I've done a bunch of videos with Pocket Pennant Run, and this Sunday I'm going to be doing a game or two with Pocket Pennant Run. So yeah. So you've been playing since you're 1661 now. All right. Philip says that he's gotten 2 videos posted. Oh, Greg Oreckley says, my Pirates take on the Phillies in some evening baseball. You bet. Greg, there's like 5 of us that are Pirate fans in this community. So, Greg, thank you, man. So, guys, subscribe to Philip Reynolds' channel. He's got 2 videos up there. I mean, Philip's been doing content for a while. So, Philip, that is great news. I'll be checking that out, man. Thank you. All right, so you guys know I usually don't do season replay stuff on here, but, you know, I was messing around one time showing just somebody how to do logos and stuff like that, and I just picked 1971. Gee, why would a Pirate fan do that? I don't play a lot of Pirate games on here just because, you know, nothing against my Bucks. I just like to, you know, learn and explore other teams as well. So, but tonight it's going to be the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Pittsburgh Pirates, a little cross Commonwealth rivalry. And remember, February 9th, I know for some of you hardcore football fans, probably won't see it in here, but maybe after the game, if you want to stop in, we're going to be doing baseball starting 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, somewhere around there, all afternoon, all evening, and long into the night for as long as people want to hang around and do baseball. We'll talk some baseball. We'll maybe have some trivia stuff. We'll do a lot of baseball games. You know, everything from this to Pocket Pennant Run to MLB The Show. We'll do some Diamond Mind, even some APA PC baseball for Windows. Just is going to be a day to celebrate the national pastime, because traditionally after the Super Bowl is over, you know, it's not long after that the pitchers and catchers report. And ever since I was a kid, I mean, I've been a baseball fanatic all my life. I'm not a sports fan. I'm a baseball fan. So it's the only sport. I'll watch boxing, but that's pretty much it. But I would always do something like read baseball books or watch baseball movies or whatever. And then when I started this channel, cousin Ken Castro was like, you know, because he doesn't like football either. He's like, hey, so why don't you do, so this was in 2019. So my channel is already like 2 years old or something like that. He's like, why don't you just do a game? He said, I'll be there at least. And I said, you know what? That would be fun. It turned out we ended up doing a doubleheader, and a lot of people showed up. So the first game was a Federal League game, actually. It was Chicago Whales versus the Pittsburgh Rebels, I believe. And then for the nightcap on Out of the Park Baseball, we did the infamous Bucky F. Dent game, Red Sox Yankees. It was really fun. And we've been doing it every year except 2020 I didn't do it, but every other year we've been doing it. So everybody just come on in. It's a lot of fun. This isn't about booting my channel. It's about creating community, and it's a place for hardcore baseball fans, especially this coming Sunday, to escape the madness. So wow. So David NSRL fan says he was able to see Hank Aaron break Babe Ruth's record in 1974 on his 11th birthday. Oh my God. Wouldn't that be something to see, guys? To be in that moment when Hank Aaron hit that home run. Oh my God. So Mike tells me Sports Time Machine, another channel. I got 11 people. So if you're looking in on the chat here before we start the game, please do also subscribe to Sports Time Machine. This guy is awesome. It's Mr. Utah Mike. I call him just affectionately Mike. He is such a good guy. And does a lot of strat baseball, does a lot of neat, all kinds of different things. He does some what if stuff. He does some strict season replays. And he'll mix it up. Sometimes he'll use the strat PC game. Sometimes he'll do the cards and dice right there for you. And just really, really, really a good guy. So check it out. Derek Bain. So guys, all right, I know I'm doing all these pregame announcements, but I promise you we're going to get into the game here in a few minutes. So guys, I'm going to introduce the 12 people looking in right now very quickly to Derek Bain. Now, so this is kind of cool. Got to know Derek through Facebook. Now, anybody who's been around this sort of, baseball literature, baseball gaming, I knew his name before Facebook. But it's been an absolute treat to be able to not only watch his posts, but occasionally just, hey, commenting on this, commenting on that. So Derek, and maybe after the game, now he's here now. So you know what? We're going to do it now. So Derek, here we go. Because we're going to have Derek Bain, guys, on here. And soon, when his schedule works out. And we're going to have him on here for a nice chat. So Derek's going to tell you about all the stuff that he does, all the just amazing stuff. So let me show you just a little bit. All right, there we go. So buckle up, guys. So I'm a believer that people are just so deep, and it's just taking a little while to get to the website. There we go. All right, so. Tell you about Derek. Derek is an author. Derek is a baseball fanatic, hardcore, all the way baseball fanatic. And Baseball Dreamland, how are you doing? Welcome in. And there's MV. Hey, guys. Are the A's still going to be called the Oakland A's for the next 3 years, or Sacramento A's? There's a good question. So I don't know how that's all gonna work. So is that official that they're going to be playing in Sacramento? Has that become official? Because it was kind of crazy. There's David NSRL fan said it was electric. So guys, he was there that night. I believe it was April 8th, 1974, when Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's record. He was there at that game. All right, back to Derek. So Derek has written amazing books. This is Hardball Retro's compendium of baseball video games and electronic handhelds. All right. So give you a little picture here so we can just talk a little bit about what Derek does. And when he comes on, he's going to be able to tell you a lot more. And sorry, my internet's being a little squiffy tonight. I got a new PC tonight and was trying to work with that and realized the internet signal sucks up here. So I'm going to try to move the router elsewhere or buy a mesh router. All right. So tell you what, here we go. We are going to tell you about him from his own words, guys. He's New Jersey native. He's from Jersey. Passion for baseball, statistics, computers, and video games. Enjoys spending quality time with his family. Good guy. He's co-chair of Saber Games and Simulations Committee. So how cool is that? And I was really, really chuffed, actually, because Derek had reached out to me and said, hey, this was on Facebook. He said, saw your channel and all that. Would it be cool if we put some stuff on the Saber site for baseball gaming? I'm like, wow, really crazy. And then I don't know how it happened, but then my local Saber chapter wanted me to do something on baseball gaming. So it was really, really fun. So my thanks to Derek for kind of helping to open that door with Saber, which I'm a member too. And you guys all should be members. If you're not, why not? So look what this guy's written here. All right. So Hardball Retro's compendium, we already talked about that. Hardball Architects, American League Teams, published in July 2020. You can get all his books either in paperback or Kindle, and of course, paperback is much better because the author gets a little more money, and we all like turning pages. Did one for the National League, right? So what is Hardball Architects, you asked? Well, just read it here from Derek himself. Examines the trades free free agent acquisitions, draft picks, and other transactions for the 30 Major League Baseball franchises, divided into a 2-volume set, and per league, right? So all key moves are scrutinized for every team, and sabermetric principles are applied to the roster construction throughout the lifetime of the organization to encapsulate the hits and misses by front office executives. All right. Now we're going to talk about some more, but so bear in mind that it is my humble opinion, at least, that Derek's books, if you're a serious baseball sim player, these are important books. If you're a serious baseball fan, these are must-haves. If you're a casual baseball fan looking to dive deeper into baseball, into its amazing history, everything like that, they're must-haves. There is no excuse. The only reason not to have these books is if you hate baseball. And if you're in this channel, you obviously don't hate baseball if you're hanging out with this crazy family that we've created here in this community. All right, Hardball Retrospective. This is available again. Cross-section of essays that he penned for seamheads.com, along with his baseball analytics blog spanning nearly a decade, touching on subjects including taking the extra base, general manager scorecard, worst trades, BABIP by location, and baseball birthplaces in the Retro World Baseball Classic. Rediscover your favorite hardball arcade and simulations and play retro baseball video games in your browser, or take a deep dive into every franchise's minor league successes and failures in relation to their major league operations in minor versus majors. This is amazing stuff, guys. He just goes way in depth. Okay. I'm going to put the link to Derek's website here in a moment. And good to see. He's a blue sky guy. Awesome. So the other thing that's really important is for you guys to know is that Derek he isn't just this sort of like random guy. I mean, so like just random guy writing books and whatever. He has also in his books, he's gone like just deep, and also talking to former Major League Baseball and current Major League Baseball GMs. These are brilliant, just brilliant work. Christopher Slovic joining us here. Chris, the guy. Mike, I didn't know you were from Jersey originally. I had no idea. There we go. So Christopher Slovic here, guys. He's gonna hit you up right here, man. He says, I love your hardball retro site. Loved it. Rekindled my love of Tony La Russa baseball. He says even told Tony La Russa that. So 50 days into opening day, Clee baseball fan, welcome in, my friend. So Tim is here, another channel you guys need to subscribe to. He's doing a fun Gaylord Perry project. So bring your Vaseline and whatever else, and there you go. So not only this, right, but you've got crazy amounts of tutorials on here to do things in some of your favorite baseball games, right? So APA Major League Players Baseball tutorial, create, edit teams. How about that, guys? So he created a quick tutorial to discuss how to create and edit teams in APA Major League Players Baseball. Rundown, blah, 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 goes on to the whole thing. He's this stuff here. It's like here, and has taken the time to do amazing tutorials. Gets into win shares and stuff like that, which is an important stat. So the links there, guys. Just go dive deep and again, get these books. They're amazing. All right. So we're gonna have Derek on, and he said he can talk about baseball sims for hours. So once we get the time worked out, bring beverages, bring food, bring whatever, and buckle up, because it's going to be a fun time. And to be able to listen to somebody who is so greatly respected in the baseball community, baseball simming community, and the fact that he's agreed to come on and chat with us is an honor. It really is. All right. So we can still talk. We're going to start this baseball game anyhow. All right, so Philadelphia versus Pittsburgh, an actual Pirate game on my channel. All right, we're going back to the old concrete ashtray, baseball fans. And we're just gonna, okay, so tell me about estimated pitch counts. We know all about that. Let's let the computer do the lineup because I'm lazy. Yep, the old cookie cutter. How about it? All right, welcome to Three River Stadium here in the North Shore of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for tonight's game between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. So Woody Fryman taking the mound for Philly and first start of the year. Who's going to be opposed by Luke Walker. So this is just the second game in a 3-game set between these two. 61 degrees here in the city at the confluence of the Three Rivers, the Monongahela, the Allegheny, and the Ohio. We have a little bit of wind. It's always swirly wind in Three River Stadium. 12 miles per hour right to left. And the man in blue says... All right, looking at the starting defense for the Pittsburgh Pirates. In 1971, besides becoming world champions, they did 2 amazing things. One maybe some are a little upset about, and that is the very first night World Series game was played in Pittsburgh. And then something that I'm very, very proud of, the first major league team to field an all-minority lineup, Pittsburgh Pirates. Go Bucks. All right, in left field, Wilver Dornell Stargell. So chicken on the hill with Will. In center, Al Oliver. In right, the great one, Roberto Clemente. Going around the horn from first to third. First base, Bob Robertson. At second, Bill Mazeroski. Shortstop will be Jackie Hernandez. Richie Hebner gets the start tonight at the hot corner. Catching, baseball been very, very good to me. Manny Sanguillen and the southpaw, Luke Walker. All right, leading off here, switch hitter Larry Boa bats right against Walker. Boa on the season right now, again, just 1 for 5, so very early goings here, and we are ready to rock and roll, guys. 0-2 pitching away to Luke Walker. And Boa swings, hard ground ball, and Hebner gloves it, fires across to Bob Robertson to start things off. Score that one 5-3. And here's second baseman Tony Taylor. So Tony Taylor making his first plate appearance of the season. Walker deals 2-1 pitch, and this one lined over Hernandez into left field. Stargell up with it, and Tony Taylor aboard. So Taylor back in 1971, just 2 stolen bases. All right, here's Don Money, hot corner man for these Philadelphia Phillies. Walker throws over. Taylor dives back safely. Walker into his wind, and this one punched up the middle, base hit, and Taylor's going to make it to third. Good strong throw there, but Hebner's tagged just a little bit late. All right, runners at the corners for Philadelphia, just 1 down. Brings up Darren Johnson. So Darren Johnson 0 for 4. And here's the pitch, 0-2 pitch. Hebner up with it. Mazeroski to Robertson. And that is an inning-ending double play. So we move to the bottom of the first. Philadelphia nothing. And the Pittsburgh Pirates coming to bat, looking at the starting defense for the Philadelphia Phillies. Joe Liss in left field. In center, Larry Hissel. Some people say Hissel, and some people say Heil. I'm going to go with Hissel unless somebody says it's Heisel. Maybe it is. And right field, Roger Freed. At first base, Darren Johnson. At second, Tony Taylor. At short, the fiery Larry Boa. And at third base, Don Money. Catching, Tim McCarver, a walking baseball analyst himself. And Woody Fryman. So it's a battle of the Southpaws tonight. So it's Heisel. Heisel, says David. All right. Yeah, I got the new PC, Sean. And hey, there's Hfield 07 almost made him 007 again. I'm going to call him 007 at some point. I got it. It's beautiful. The problem is, Sean, I've got to reposition the router in the place where I'm staying because it's not picking up the Wi-Fi signal's too weak here. But it's a beautiful PC. I love it. So thanks for asking, man. Thank you. Kind of is Heisel. Okay, Heisel, I will try to remember that. Thank you, Baseball Dreamland. HField07 says his girlfriend's father tells me stories of going to Forbes Field and Three Rivers when he was younger. Never got to Three Rivers, but you did get to the vet. Raise the Jolly Roger. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming, says Greg Brown. How about it? Yeah, Chris says that he remembers going to Three Rivers. He says love PNC Park, and PNC Park's amazing. But he's right. Three Rivers had that stale nachos and cheese smell. It did. Got to go to some games at Three Rivers. Yeah, we had 2 world championships there, but those cookie cutter stadiums, kind of glad they're gone. It was actually Chris, one of the people, pointing out that it was really smaller market teams that kind of took advantage of these, but I'm glad they're gone. I really am. I know some people love them, but meh. All right, Bill Mazeroski will lead things off here for the Buccos of 1971. And Maz, 2 for 5 in the season. All right. Fryman peers in, has the sign from Tim McCarver. The lefty deals. 2-1 pitch to Maz. On the way, Mazeroski swings this one high, but not deep enough. And Joe List, just short of the track here, Three Rivers, makes the catch. 1 away now for the left-hander, Richie Hebner. So Richie hit 271 in 1971, knocked 17 home runs out of here and elsewhere, and 67 runs batted in. So Richie just 1 for 2 in the season right now. Fryman deals 1-1 pitch. Hebner pops this one up, third base side, and straying into foul territory, and making the catch just over the line is Don Money for out number 2. And here's the great one, Roberto Clemente. So really the world got to know him, and his many baseball historians have argued that it was really Clemente and Blas that won the World Series for the 1971 Pirates. And certainly baseball people knew about Roberto Clemente, but just seeing his astounding play in the 71 World Series, I think really kind of casual baseball fans were like, who the hell's this guy? So how about it? So Mike says that Greg Brown is one of his favorite modern announcers. Greg's good. He's really good. Tell you a guy I miss with the Pirates. It was Lanny Fratteri. I do miss Lanny Fratteri. It was funny. So real quick story, guys. When I was when I did my undergraduate work at Penn State, and I don't know what it was, because I don't follow football or anything, but Lanny Fratteri was filling in for some reason for the guy that used to call Penn State radio games. And I thought, well, this is really cool. All right, I will listen to this football game because it's Lanny Fratteri. And he kept saying, he would say that the Pirates, Penn State at the 50-yard line, things like that. He was so used to calling Bucco games, but I do miss Lanny Fratteri. Good voice. Got his start, I think, under Milo Hamilton, who's a Ford Frick Award winner. So hopefully, but yeah, Greg Brown's good. Greg Brown is a good broadcaster. All right, here we go. 1-0 pitch on the way to Clemente. Clemente, hard hit ground ball, but Taylor up with it and fires onto first, and that retires the side. The Buccos do nothing. We finished 1 here at Three Rivers, and we're scoreless. All right, Roger Freed, the right fielder, due up here for Philadelphia. It's going to be Freed, Liss, and McCarver, the number 5, 6, and 7 hitters. All right, Luke Walker peers in, has the sign, and Luke Walker brings it in there. A little curveball action there by Luke Walker. Picks up his first strikeout. All right, here's Joe Liss. Nothing for 1 in the season. Liss, a 211 hitter back in 1971 with 6 home runs. 0-2 pitch, and Joe Liss goes down. How about that? Chasing one by Luke Walker. So Luke Walker establishing the strike zone here. 2 up, 2 down by Kays, and brings up Tim McCarver. Left-handed hitting catcher. 3-1 pitch, and just as I say, McCarver is trying to establish the strike zone. He gives up the walk to Tim McCarver. So McCarver aboard with 2 away. And McCarver not really a threat to steal, just 5 in 1971. And here's Larry Heisel. So thank you for correcting my pronunciation on Larry's name. So not a great year for him in 1971 historically, just a 197 hitter. He did manage 3 doubles and 3 RBI, though. So that's always something to write home about. Walker deals 0-1 pitch, and Heisel sends this lined into the corner, and this one just foul. Clemente giving chase, and I mean, look at that rating out there. Yikes. Scary, scary, scary stuff. All right, here we go. 0-2 pitch to Heisel. And this one, wild pitch. And Sanguillen's got to chase it to the backdrop, and McCarver, good hands up running there, makes it to third on the play. So Luke Walker now, I can't talk about him finding the strike zone anymore. So potential first run in this game just 90 feet away. Walker looking to get Heisel here. The 1-2 pitch. Heisel swings, fly ball to left. Willie Stargell comes under it, makes the catch for the final out. So collectively here in Pittsburgh, they are exhaling. No runs, 1 hits, no errors. And a man left. We go to the bottom of the second, and we are scoreless. So you guys will notice here. So I see why the NS now, Norfolk Southern. Cool. I pay more attention to the chat sometimes in the game. So hope you guys are cool with that. I just figure I'm sitting here with a bunch of friends. We're drinking our favorite beverage, and we're talking baseball. So David says, he says, remember when I was young, the baseball gloves we had were autographed, and he had Roberto Clemente. That is so cool. Nice. And Baseball Dreamland says, just learned about him last year. Did an early 70s save in out-of-the-park baseball, bringing back fun memories. Glad to do it. It's what all this is about. It's about celebrating this amazing game, this amazing national pastime of ours. All right. So we are at the bottom of the order now. So it's going to be the 9-1-2 hitters. So Woody Fryman, and back at the top of the order, and Boa and Taylor. All right. Sanguillen McCarver sets the target, and I'm talking about the Phillies lineup, see, because I get excited talking to you guys. Sanguillen, Robertson, and Stargell do up. All right, so Manny Sanguillen, 0 for 3 in the season thus far. And little squibber to first. Johnson will take it to the bag himself, score that one 3 unassisted. 1 up, 1 down now for first baseman Bob Robertson. So Robertson, a very, very important part of this 1971 World Championship Pittsburgh Pirate team, a 271 hitter back in 1971 with 26 home runs, 72 runs batted in, and so far off to a 1 for 3 start here in our little replay. All right, so Fryman shaking off McCarver now has one he likes, the 1-2 pitch, and it must have been a perfect one because Bob Robertson, big swing and a miss. Fryman picks up his first strikeout, 2 down now for Chicken on the Hill with Will. If you go on YouTube, you can hear Bob Prince saying that. And frequently when he did it, Willie Stargell delivered that. Of course, that came from the fact that Willie Stargell owned a chain of like these chicken restaurants back in Pittsburgh in the 70s. All right. So Stargell, of course, what can you say? The man's a legend. In 1971 and 295, average with 48 home runs, 125 runs batted in. I love to watch videos of Willie Stargell, you know, kind of doing that windmill thing and stuff like that, you know, that kind of ratcheting up the bat. So, great Willie Stargell. 1-1 pitch to Stargell. And this one, little room service bounce to Taylor and snaps onto Johnson. And that takes care of the Pirates in the second, top of the third, and we are scoreless. Now it will be Woody Fryman, Larry Bowa, and Tony Taylor. All right. Luke Walker has 2 strikeouts in this game, a walk and a wild pitch that didn't bite him anyhow. 2-0 pitch, grounded back to Walker, fields it easily off the bump, fires onto Bob Robertson, score that one 1-3, 1 away. Back at the top of the order now for Larry Bowa. Larry Bowa grounded to third back in the first. Sanguillen sets the target. The lefty Walker deals. 0-1 pitch. This one bunted. Hebner pounces on it. They catch the Pirates napping. So Bowa, with his excellent speed, picks up the bunt single. And not to be trifled with here, this Pittsburgh battery needs to watch Larry Bowa. 28 steals in 1971. All right, here's Tony Taylor, singled back in the first. Bowa has a good lead. Walker checks the runner. 1-0 pitch. And this one, fly ball, twisting foul. And this will make the seats on the third base side. Taylor back in the box. The count 1 ball, 1 strike. There goes Boa, was off with the pitch. Hernandez will go to Robertson to get the shore out. So 2 down. Larry Boa now in scoring position for Don Money. Third baseman also singled back in the first. Walker brings it home. 0-2 pitch. And the Buccos pick up a strikeout just when they need it. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Go to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless here in Pittsburgh. Cross Commonwealth rivalry here. Sort of. There's never really a rivalry, but we'll call it that just for the sake of it. All right. So Al Oliver will lead things off here. So a lot of people wanting to make an argument for Al Oliver for the Hall of Fame. I'm not really sure about Hall of Fame, but Hall of very, very good. Pirates blessed with, of course, Al Oliver being a great starting center fielder, but being able to bring Gene Clines in when you needed him too didn't hurt. Oliver in 1971 with 14 home runs, 64 runs batted in, off to a 2-for-4 start, including a triple. All right, Woody Fryman deals, and this one, sky to center, no problem for Heisel, out number 1. All right, Jackie Hernandez now. Hernandez in the box. Fryman brings it, 0-1 pitch, fly ball to center, Heisel camps under it, can of corn. It's 2 up, 2 down now for Luke Walker. Lefty in the box. Not known for a stick, that's for sure, but Walker lines this one right to short, and that retires the Bucs. We go to the top of the fourth. No score. Neither team asking quarter nor giving. All right, Darren Johnson, nothing for 1. So the number 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Phillies. Johnson, Fried, and Litz. So Johnson grounded into a double play back in the first. That was a big double play for the Bucs. Southpaw Walker deals 1-2 pitch. Johnson swings. Fly ball, Stargell ranging to his left, calling off Al Oliver, and makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down. All right, here's Roger Fried, struck out in the second. Luke Walker with 3 strikeouts in the game. The Southpaw works, 2-0 pitch. And little bouncer to Jackie Hernandez, plants and throws onto Bob Robertson. 2 up, 2 down for the left fielder, Joe Liss. He struck out back in the second against Walker. 3-0 pitch, and Walker loses him. Liss didn't even move the bat from his shoulder, so runner on, and that brings up Tim McCarver. So Tim McCarver walked, and then that wild pitch from Luke Walker, McCarver gets to third but does not score. Walker deals, 0-2 pitch to McCarver. McCarver swings, and a little too hopper to Maz. Maz will go to Hernandez, score that one 4-6, and that is out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless here in Pittsburgh, PA. All right. And we're back at the top of the order for the Buccos. Bill Mazeroski, Richie Hebner, and Roberto Clemente. So Maz flew out back in the first. McCarver sets the target. Woody Fryman deals 2-0 pitch. And Mazeroski grounds this one. Darren Johnson will race him to the bag and win it by about 3 leagues. So 1 away here for Richie Hebner. Gravedigger popped to third back in the first. 1-2 pitch to Hebner. And Hebner, this one, in at the knees, and that's a strikeout. So number 2 for Fryman, and it brings up Roberto Clemente. He is nothing for 1, grounded to second, back in the first. And Derek says, saying to Christopher, he said, sorry, I had to step away for a minute. Mostly central New Jersey. So guys talking some New Jersey stuff. All right, here's the pitch to Clemente. Clemente swings, long fly ball to right, but Fried has it about 25 feet short of the track. So nothing across for the Bucs. We go to the top of the 5th. Battle of the pitchers here. Luke Walker will face Heisel, Fryman, and Boa. So Larry Heisel fly to shallow left back in the second. Luke Walker brings it. 0-2 pitch. Heisel swings. This one up the middle, but Mazeroski ranging far to his right. Bare hand throw to Bob Robertson for out number 1. All right. Woody Fryman grounded back to Luke Walker his last time up. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. And this one solidly stroked up the middle. Base hit. Al Oliver playing it on the bounce and the quick throw in. Back at the top of the order now for Larry Boa. It's a guy Pittsburgh does not want on the base paths. Bunt single last time. Stands in the right side of the box. Beautiful day here in Pittsburgh. Kind of a little bit of a breeze going, but otherwise nice. Full count on Boa. Boa swings, and Hernandez to Mazeroski, and not Good enough relay, though, to get the speedy Larry Boa. So 2 down, Boa aboard for the fielder's choice. And here's Tony Taylor, single and grounded out. And Larry Boa is picked off. Great move there by Luke Walker. That ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still no score. Manny Sanguillen, Bob Robertson, and Willie Stargell due up for the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, Sanguillen grounded to first, back in the 2nd. Fryman, the 1-2 pitch. Sanguillen swings, routine fly ball out to right. And Fried has it in his glove. Little tap and a catch. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Bob Robertson now. Struck out. Back in the 2nd. Fryman has fanned 2 buckos so far. Has yet to issue a free pass. 3-1 pitch. And there we go. And believe me, I didn't plan that. So Bob Robertson aboard. Fryman issuing his first walk. And he will face Willie Stargell, who's 0 for 1. Grounded to 2nd. Bucco fans wanting Wilver Dornell Stargell, Oklahoma native, to knock it out of here. See what happens. 3-2 pitch to Stargell. Stargell swings. Fly ball to right. No trouble, though. Fried has it. And Bob Robertson gets back to first. 2 away now for Al Oliver. Bucco center fielder flew out his last time up. Robertson at first, a couple steps off, 1-2 pitch. Oliver swings. This should end the inning. Fryman to Darren Johnson. Score that one 1-3. And you can see what the screen's telling you right now. We go to the top of the 6th. We are scoreless. All right. So Tony Taylor, the number 2 hitter, due up, then Don Money, and then Darren Johnson. So the Phillies second baseman has singled and grounded out. Luke Walker ready to deal. 1-1 pitch, and good contact on that one. Hard line drive, base hit into center field. Oliver up with it, fires into Jackie Hernandez. Here's Don Money now. So looking at Tony Taylor here, again, just 2 steals. Luke Walker, nonetheless, does check the runner. Bob Robertson kind of holding him honest here. And he's picked off. So Luke Walker with that excellent quick move to first. And now 2 Phillies have been nailed by these Pittsburgh Pirates in this game. So base is empty now as Don Money is back in the box. The 1-2 pitch, Money swings. Little hopper right to Bob Robertson. He'll take that room service bounce for out number 2. Darren Johnson now. He is 0 for 2. 0-2 pitch, and Luke Walker fans his 4th. That does it for the Phils. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still no score. So how do you get this game? Hey, welcome in, Mal Games. So this is at dksports.com. There it is. Thank you, Sean, for that. Mike saying here, Woody Fryman before he became a crusty old Montreal reliever. All right, here's Jackie Hernandez here. We got a good ball game going here. So Jackie flied to center back in the 3rd. All right, McCarver sets the target. Obviously, McCarver pitching calling one hell of a ball game here. 0-1 pitch. Jackie Hernandez swings, and the no-hitter is broken up. So the Buccos finally get something on the lineup there. So Jackie Hernandez aboard at first. Hernandez not a threat to steal at all. And here's Luke Walker. So we'll see whether the Bucs are going to try to sacrifice him over. So Darren Johnson playing in at first, and Don Money cheating in a bit at 3rd. Fryman deals 0-1 pitch. And Walker, this one is a pass ball. This one gets by McCarver. And now no need for the bunt. Jackie Hernandez moves to 2nd. All right, Walker back in the box now. The count 1 ball, 1 strike on him. Walker swings, little bunt. Fryman's going to go to first. So Walker able to sacrifice Jackie Hernandez to 3rd. So the Bucs breaking up the no-hitter, now looking to break up this scoreless tie. So 1 out now. Mazeroski, 0 for 2, are back at the top of the order for the Corsairs. Grounded out back in the 4th. So 0 for 2. Fryman from the stretch in the 2-0 pitch. And Mazeroski, line drive, base hit into left. And that's going to be an RBI. Coming in to scores Jackie Hernandez. And the Pirates finally jump out to a 1-0 lead. All right, here's Richie Hebner, 0 for 2. Maz on at first. About a couple steps off. 0-2 pitch. Cut on, and this one lined over second into base is for a base hit. And Mazeroski making it to third. So that throw out there freed not the strongest arm in right field. And Maz, even getting up there a little bit now, makes it to third. So the Bucks with one out, runners at the corners, and time for Roberto Clemente to work a little bit of magic here. Fryman has the sign from McCarver from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. McCarver out to have a quick word with him now. Back behind the dish from the stretch in the 0-2 pitch. And Clemente sends this one out to deep center. Heisel has it, tagging at third. Coming in to score is Bill Mazeroski, and the Pittsburgh Pirates now lead it 2-0. All right, Richie Hebner on at first. Sacrifice there for Clemente. Manny Sanguillen, 0-for-2. Flew out his last time up. Fryman deals. 2-1 pitch. And Sanguillen swings and easy pounce right to Darren Johnson, and that takes care of the Bucks. But 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. We go to the top of the 7th inning here at Three River Stadium. 1971, the Pittsburgh Pirates lead the Philadelphia Phillies 2-0. DK Sports Games have the best sales, better than any game company. You are right. So I'll tell you what, Mal Games, you hang on. After this game, I'll show you something really quickly that is free. And if you join our Discord, which costs nothing, you can download the game I'm going to show you after this. So hang in for a little bit, okay? But I'll tell you what, just to echo Mal Games, I'll tell you what, it's not an Action PC. The one you're watching now is not an expensive game. Dave Cook has sales running all the time, and it's the best customer service for a digital baseball game, bar none. Just amazing customer service. Just very, very quickly. So last year's release was a little bit dodgy. And Dave is in the Central Time Zone. I got home from work, got changed, whatever. I'm like, yes, Action PC Baseball's out. This was the 2024 edition, not this edition. It was getting all kind of errors. Dave is up until 1:30 in the morning, his time, trying to get this thing running. He said, look, I'll look at this some more tomorrow. He said, but, thanks for being such a, customer and all that, blah, blah, blah. So next morning, right, day off work, and, like you do, you check your email in the morning. So I had bought the basic version of the game, guys, because I own everything for this game, all the seasons, all that stuff, and most of the products, all the products for Major League Baseball I have for this thing, and almost all the Negro League season he offers. Anyhow, it's not that. It's just that he is such a good guy. He just gave me a link. He said, here you go. And it was the deluxe version. So that was the $60 version of the game. I'm like, wow, Dave. I said, thank you for helping. I said, but you made a mistake. I said, I ordered just the basic version. He said, look, just enjoy. I've emailed DK Sports, through the years. I've been playing this game since 2016, and they're just absolutely fantastic. So something to think about. But again, I'm going to show you a really nice baseball game really quickly after this that you can get for free. That used to be a commercial product and gives you about 115 seasons. All right, here's Roger Freed. Now, enough of that babbling. He struck out and grounded to short. 2-0 Bucko lead here in the top of the 7th. Luke Walker, let's see. Pretty good pitch count right now. He's at 88, but we'll see if Danny Murtaugh will start to get the pen going here. Like to allow Luke Walker to try to get the 5-hit shutout complete game. Boy, isn't that old-time baseball. 1-1 pitch. This one bouncer to Hebner, and Hebner with a good throw on to Bob Robertson. So 5-3 on that one. Joe List, 0-for-1. Walked his last time up and struck out in this game. 1-2 pitch. Cut on. And this one under Hernandez. Hernandez had the ball. Looks like it bounced off the heel of his glove. Should have been a routine play. And there's the error. So Jackie Hernandez, first error of the year. And Joe List is aboard. So 1 away. And the potential tying run comes to the plate in Tim McCarver. McCarver grounded out last time up and forced Joe List at second. So 1 away here. Sanguillen out to quickly talk to his battery mate, back behind it. The 1-2 pitch. Walker brings it. McCarver swings. Oh, lined right back. Good reflexes there by Luke Walker. All right, so 2 away now for Larry Heisel. And again, thank you for finally correcting my pronunciation of Larry's name. All these years I've been a baseball fan, I've been saying it wrong. I always thought it was Hissel. All right, here we go. Luke Walker, full count on Heisel. And Heisel looking at called strike 3. 7th inning stretch time, guys. And it is 2-0. So Philip, Philip, I'm a Buccos fan, and he's good. Philip's like, go Phillies. But you know what? It's all good, man. I mean, I don't do a lot of Pirate games on here, but I see go Phillies. I'm like, All right, bottom of the 7th. Bob Robertson, Willie Stargell, and Al Oliver due up for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So the Bucco first baseman has struck out and walked in this game. Willie Stargell waits on deck. Fryman has the sign from Tim McCarver. He toes the rubber and brings it home. 0-1 pitch to Robertson. Swung on. To Hopper to Boa. Boa plants and has all day to throw him out. Fires on to Darren Johnson. So one away here for Willie Stargell. Stargell 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out. 0-2 pitch. Stargell. Oh, my goodness. Stargell. It's another thing he did a lot. Hit a lot of homers and struck out a lot. So third strikeout there for Woody Fryman, and that takes care of Wilver. And here comes Al Oliver, 0 for 2. 2-2 pitch. Oliver. Oh, Taylor ranging to his right. Fires onto Darren Johnson. The Buccos go quietly. We go to the 8th. It's still 2-0. And we will see Fryman, unless there's a pinch hitter. And then back at the top of the order, Larry Bowa and Tony Taylor. But Woody Fryman, helping out his own cause, at least trying to, singled back in the 5th. So for those of you new to Action PC, one of the things I love to show off in this game is not only seeing what the batter's done through the game, and this isn't maybe the best score to show, but if you hover over any inning, top or bottom, it will give you a nice little recap of the inning. So there's so many features in this game. There's if you hover, you can turn this off. I always forget to do this. I should. You can see the box score as it's going. Nice newspaper style box score. Click on the field, and you get baseball cards, which will actually, it's always the whole kind of like batting order, everything like that. You can look at defense, lineup, Pittsburgh's lineup, its defense, and then there's the pitcher batter analysis tool. So for a few new people that might be in Action PC, this is an excellent baseball game. All right. And looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. The Philadelphia Phillies are going to bring in Byron Brown. And Byron Brown is the 6th strikeout, and Luke Walker is tired. And I don't know if Chris Slovic is still here in the park. If he is, Chris, you have the honor of, if you are, to get our reliever in here, because Luke is tired. Luke Walker is he's knackered. He's knackered. So because I don't think it's not time to bring in Dave Justy, not just yet. I'm thinking Mudcat Grant. So this is the pitcher batter analysis tool that I was actually talking to you guys about. You can use this when you're looking at rosters outside of the game. But what's cool about this is in game, this will change depending upon the situation. You can also measure up, like, let's say I wanted to bring in, let's say I would bring in Mudcat Grant, but I wanted to see how Grant then would do against Tony Taylor. If I click that, then all the stuff's going to change, and it's a really, really great way to work with your relievers, work with pinch hitters, what have you. I don't see Chris in here, and he's probably teaching right now. So Chris is in Islamabad, so I guess I've got to do this. Right, Sean says, can't Luke use the force? You've been waiting for how long now to say that, Sean? I love it. All right. Going to percentages here. I think we're going to go with Jim Nelson. Yup. I think we're going to go to Jim Nelson. We're not ready for Dave Justy yet. So Jim Nelson will come on. Sentimentally, I want to bring in Bob Veal, but I don't know. Let's just click OK here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we're gonna bring in Jim Nelson. Okay. Ooh. And Luke Walker's day is done. Looking at stats for Jim Nelson in 1971 for these Bucks, a 2.34 ERA, 2 wins, 2 losses. He worked 34 and 2/3, gave up 27 hits, walked 26, struck out just 11. So the National League in 1971 hit 225 against Nelson. His whip, a 1.529. So one away now. Finishing up his warm-up pitches, Larry Boa in the game is 1 for 3. Jim Nelson lets it go, 2-1 pitch, and line drive, base hit into left. So Nelson gives up the base hit. The Phillies pick up hit number 6, and the Pirates are going to look to turn 2 here from Tony Taylor, who's having a good day at the plate. He is 2 for 3. 2 singles for him. Boa, they've got to keep him close. So Nelson peers over at first, and Bob Robertson right playing on the bag. 1-1 pitch. The runner goes off with the pitch. Maz up with it over to Robertson as Boa makes second. So here comes the potential tying run now. Don Money with a runner in scoring position. So Don Money 1 for 3, singled back in the first. So Jim Nelson looking to silence these Phillies right here and let Justy get the save in the 9th. Nelson deals, 1-1 pitch. Money swings, and fly ball twisting foul down the left field line. That's going to make the seats. All right, the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nelson brings it to Money, 1-2 pitch. Money swings, long fly ball, and this one off the wall. Oliver plays the carom. Don Money with an RBI double. Larry Boa scores, and it's 2-1 now. Jim Nelson looks like he's a little shooken up there and a little upset. So slamming down the rosin bag as he climbs the hill to face Darren Johnson, who was nothing for 3, struck out his last time. Danny Murtaugh watching him closely. He may bring Justy in a little early. We'll see. 1-2 pitch on the way. Darren Johnson swings, and Al Oliver has it at the track. All right, so the Philadelphia Phillies make it a lot more interesting, though. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Pirates lead 2-1. It'll be the bottom of the order. It'll be Jackie Hernandez, a pinch hitter, and then Bill Mazeroski due up. All right, Jackie Hernandez, 1 for 2. And here's the 2-1 pitch to Jackie. Swung on, up the middle. Boa ranging to his left, and double pumps and fires onto Darren Johnson. So 1 away, and Jim Nelson's day is done. He just did his job. Vic Davalillo will come on and pinch hit now. And if Davalillo gets on, then we may consider bringing Gene Kleins in after. We'll see. All right. So looking at Vic Davalillo here in 1971 for the Pirates, he had 285, including a home run, 33 runs batted in, had 10 steals. So Davalillo, decent speed. All right, 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th for the Pirates. When we go to the Phillies' 9th, it's going to be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Roger Freed, Joe Lease, and Tim McCarver. All right. Bucky Brandon and base hit, so I didn't even realize. So relief pitcher here for the Philadelphia Phillies, Bucky Brandon, went 6-6 with 4 saves, a 3.90 under an average for the Phils in 1971. Gave up 5 home runs, walked 47, struck out 44. National League hit 264 against him, and he has a whip of 1.54. So Davalillo on at first. Davalillo with 10 steals in 1971. Here's Bill Mazeroski, 1 for 3. I want to look at the Pittsburgh Pirates bench here for a minute, because I want to see what do we got for defense here. So Rennie Stennett, who I normally would bring in. Stennett right now is looks like he's injured. So we're going to stick with what we got. All right. 1 for 3 for Mazeroski. Davalillo at first. 3-1 pitch. And Mazeroski sends us out to left. And Joe List measures it up and makes the catch. So 2 down now for Richie Hebner. Chance for Hebner to power it out of here and give the Bucks a little bit of breathing room. Singled his last time up. Richie 1 for 3. All right, Bucky Brandon has the sign from Tim McCarver. Checks Davalillo at first. Here's the pitch. And the throw down. Davalillo was off to the races and picks up the stolen base. So now the Buccos with a runner in scoring position. No balls, 1 strike on Richie Hebner. Here's the pitch, and Hebner lines us into center and coming around to score. The tag too late by Tim McCarver, and the Buccos do pick up a little insurance here. So Richie Hebner coming through big time for the Pirates, and it's now 3-1 here. All right, 2 away for the great one, Roberto Clemente. He is 0 for 2. Had a sacrifice RBI back in the 6th that scored Bill Mazeroski. All right, Brandon checks Hebner at first. Has the sign. 1-2 pitch. And Roberto Clemente got a little piece of the ball, but McCarver held on. Here we go, 9th inning. And Dave Justy will come on to try to shut down the Phils here. Justy with 30 saves in 1971. All right, so Dave Justy will face Fried, Lease, and McCarver. All right, Roger Fried has grounded out twice and struck out. Justy finished with his warm-up pitches. Peers in, has the sign from Manny Sanguillen, and the 1-2 pitch. Roger Fried swings, grounder, Hebner up with it, over to Robertson. Score that one 5-3, 1 Philly up, 1 Philly down. Joe Lease now 0 for 2 and a walk. Grounded out his last time up. Justy shaking off Sanguillen, has the sign he likes. And it looks like the Phillies are going to go to their bench. And Ron Stone will come in to pinch hit. I don't even like Roger Stone. I don't know why the hell his name got into my gray matter, what's left of it. All right, Lefty Stone in there. 0-2 pitch. And this one grounded up the middle, base hit. Mazeroski gets under the webbing of his glove and into center. So Stone aboard, 2 stolen bases in 1971. Brings up Tim McCarver now. Buccos want the pitcher's best friend here. 1 pitch for 2 outs and to win this ball game. 0-1 pitch. Cut on. Grounder Robertson. He'll take the short play at first. Score that one 3 unassisted, 2 down. And on the play, Stone moves to second for Larry Heisel. Heisel, 0 for 3. Justy rubs up the ball, and he is ready to deal. Quick check of Stone at second, and he delivers home. 0-1 pitch. This should be your ball game. Soft grounder to Robertson. Feeds Justy covering, and the Pittsburgh Pirates will improve to 2-0, taking this one from the Philadelphia Phillies 3-1. Let's look at our look at anything interesting here. No home runs and no triples. In fact, only 1 extra base hit in the contest, and that was a double that was hit by Don Money. So let's look at pitching here. So Fryman had him a no-hitter going into the 6th inning, and then that's when the Pirates broke up the no-hitter and played it 2. Fryman tagged with a loss, goes to 0-1, pitch 7, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, only one of those earned, walked 1, struck out 3. So he begins the season with a respectable 1.29, earned on average, a little bit of dead ball there for you. Bucky Brandon worked an inning in relief for the Phils, gave up 2 hits, an earned run, struck out 1. Luke Walker gets the win, 7 1/3 for him, 5 hits, no runs. And some sort of notification there. Thank you, Google. I don't know what it is, but I'll look later. Thank you to Google. Anyhow, walk 2, struck out 6. All right. So Jim Nelson came on, worked 2/3 in relief, gave up an earned run. And then Dave Justy picks up his save, the second save of the season, pitched an inning, and that is it. Going to be hard to say who the player of the game is in this one. No highlights for either team. So let's see. Who is it? Who's it going to be? Who are you going to call? And your MVP is Luke Walker. So there we go. and we'll let this do what it's doing. And standing is not terribly important right now, except that we have what, one, two, we have a couple undefeated teams. All right, so that does it for Action PC Baseball, but I did promise Mal Games, if he's still here. Pete York, welcome in, man. He says, good game. And David, enjoyed it. Hey, David, I'm so happy you guys come in. You do. And, hey, you come in here 3 times, you end up getting a wrench, which is really, really cool. So David says to everybody, enjoy your evening and enjoyed the replay. Awesome. All right, so what am I going to do here? Oh, yeah, I want to show. I don't know if Mal Games is still here, but he is still here. So I think I'm going to show him really quickly. And for anybody else that might be interested, I'm going to show you. I'm going to leave this up as a backdrop because I'm one of those people that has a billion icons on his desktop. So this is Pure Sim Baseball. Show it to you guys. Ever since I've been showing this game, a lot of people have been they've been downloading it, and it's a very, very, very good baseball game. All right, so what we're going to do is we'll exit this, and we'll put up my usual picture of Forbes Field in the background. So I am trying to do some cleaning here, as you can see. I got rid of some icons, so I know, Shauna, hopefully that will make you happy. There we go. Let's bring up Forbes Field just because it makes a nice purdy backdrop. All right, so let's talk about this game. This is free. If you join our Ned McGreevy Discord, you can download this guy. This was a commercial product at one time. In 2016, Sean Sullivan, the game's developer, decided that he was kind of done and was going to come back and make a sequel at some point, and so made this game freely available. I've held on to this game all these years, and I have the setup file available for you in the Ned McGreevy Discord, along with a spin-off project that came from this from one of the guys that helped Sean program this, a game called Strategy Baseball that has some resemblance to this. So both games are freely available. So Dime Tour, for the few of you hanging about here, it's got 15. So let me show it to you. Oh, thank you, David. Appreciate that. So new subscriber. Yay, new member of the family. Love it. All right. So what can you do in this game? So very, very quickly, show you how robust this guy is. So you can play just Pure Sim Classic. You can play yourself a nice just little quick start game. You can do season replays. So this has every season from 1900 to 2014. Not bad, not bad. Sandbox mode is my favorite part of this game. This is where you can set up just crazy things. You do cross-era play. You can do great teams league. You could create an all-time great franchise league with this thing. You're only limited by the amount of seasons involved that are included in this. So I'm just going to go ahead and load a game though, so you can kind of see what it looks like. And it's gotten Sean, World's Worst Gamer, his stamp of approval. So that's pretty huge because he's a picky guy when it comes to baseball games. All right. Let me see here. Let me see. 1975, since this seems to be not a dead ball baseball crowd, which is mostly what I play on the channel. So fair warning, guys, it's really usually a lot of old time baseball on this channel. But let me show you Pure Sim. If you're more interested in this game and you want to download it, I've done quite a few videos on this and what it can do. And believe me, it can do a lot. All right. Not terribly exciting games left here on this day. Well, Jim Cott invited Blue. That could be really fun. So the White Sox against the A's. Let's do it. Oh, actually, or Blyleven versus Fergie Jenkins. Damn, good stuff. So with this game, so like with Action PC and with Out of the Park Baseball, as you guys know, and APA Baseball for Windows, you can choose whatever team you want to manage, right? With this game, the way it works is you pick a team to manage, but you can just select any team and then choose to manage the game. So that's why you only have these choices, either Quick Sim or watch PSPN Cast, which we're going to do the PSPN Cast. This uses actual player photos. You do have to import them. You do have to import the logos and stuff. But these things are so easy to find. And again, if you own something like Action PC Baseball, you're already using logos and player photos. If you're doing Digital Diamond Baseball, you're doing player photos and logos anyhow. Just bringing them from that directory. Super easy. And I am doing tutorials for this game. So, all right. So I don't know, man. These are both pretty good matchups here. We don't see the Oakland A's a lot here, so let's do the Oakland A's. And we'll leave the Twins Rangers. We'll just go ahead and quick sim that game. And there we go. So Burt Blyleven picks up the win. Fergie Jenkins takes the loss. Player of the game in that matchup was the great Rod Carew. Rod Carew with a home run. So there we go. All right. Let's head out to Oakland. Hopefully I set up Oakland Coliseum. Just give it a minute. Yeah, I love those 70s A's. They were fantastic. How about it, Pete? They were just fantastic. All right. So let's look at it. All right. So I will tell you right now, Red Sox fans, hide your eyes. Leading off at shortstop for the Chicago White Sox, Bucky Dent. And I love the little, right, boom. You can see that it was a direct competitor to Out of the Park Baseball. Both very, I mean, Out of the Park certainly now a much, much, much deeper game. But back then, this was a serious competition for it. And catching is Brian Downing and batting second. Batting our old buddy Darren Johnson is back. He is at first base batting third for these White Sox. In the cleanup spot here, we got Ken Henderson. Batting fifth, Bill Melton. Batting sixth, Jorge Orta, and playing second base. DHing for the Chicago White Sox is Bill Stein. In right field, Pat Kelly and Carlos May. In left field, batting ninth. For the Oakland A's, leading off, Billy North, electrifying player there. Batting second in left field, Joe Rudy. Batting third and catching, Gene Tennis. Mr. October in right field, batting fourth. Batting fifth, one of my favorite players from those 70s A's, Sal Bando. DHing and batting sixth is Claudel Washington. Billy Williams, fantastic, great player, obviously, Hall of Famer. Billy Williams playing first base. Scrap Iron, Phil Garner. So before he becomes a Pirate, he's hanging out with these Oakland A's. He's batting eighth at second base. And Bert Campaneris batting ninth. So then you got all your quick game facts here and all this kind of stuff, who's managing, everything like that. So Jim Cott versus Vita Blue. And boom.
And the home of the
So I did not set up the ballpark for this one, so I've got to go back and do that. So what it's going to use Oakland, it's going to use the Coliseum's park effects. I just didn't finish doing all the photos for all the teams yet. I think I just did the National League. All right. So if we were managing the game, we would have managing options down here. But let's just do it. And I note to self, fix this green. That's awful. All right. Anyhow, here we go. So Bucky Dent in there now against Vita Blue. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Dent swings, and this one grounding a single on the left-hand side. So Bucky Dent aboard now, and that will bring up Downing. Vita Blue has the sign from Tennis. 0-1 pitch. Downing cuts on this one. Blooper out to right. So Brian Downing picking up the single, and Bucky Dent moves to second on the play. So 2 on for the White Sox here in the top of the first. Just pretend it's Oakland Coliseum, and I'll change the picture for another time. And here's Darren Johnson now. Vita Blue lets it go. 0-2 count. And this one singled up the middle. Vita Blue getting touched up here. And Chicago White Sox loading them up here in the top of the first inning. All right, Henderson in there. 3-1 pitch. Ken Henderson draws the walk, and Bucky Dent will trot home with the first run. So this gives you an idea of this game. Any of these players that you can click on. Too many people, right? It's too many people here, exactly. But you're so right about these Oakland A's teams. They were great. Not showing it here, but early goings here. Any of these players that you click on, so if you just hover over them, you can very quickly see like range, things like that. But if you click, it opens up his player card. Right here, direct link to Baseball Reference, also to Google, right in game. That was a big deal back in 2016. It's got a fatigue system in it, and you can set up how that fatigue works when you're setting up a game. You can actually look at the player's real-life stats, and what's nice is it highlights the season you're playing in. Other things that we can look at here with Billy North, if we close this, so that was left-clicking, but if you right-click on Billy North, then we can look at things like this is not going to show much here, but as you're doing a season replay or you're doing any sort of project in Pure Sim Baseball, this will track what each player is doing. So really, really nice. It gives you the date, the opponent, his at-bats, runs, hits, ribbies, walks, strikeouts, doubles, triples, homers, average. But also I could look more here at Billy North, and you can look at a season graph, his defense chart, which I really like this. So when you're setting up teams, this is nice. You get a nice sort of graphical thing of where you want to play the player, where you don't. Really handy if you're not maybe familiar with a team, or maybe you're creating, maybe teams from all different eras of baseball, and you're like me, and you're not as familiar with the Chicago White Sox, for instance. Geez, where do I really want to play this guy? Where's he rated best, and what have you? Also has some other niceties here too. So you can look here, for instance, at his ratings history here and how that's going to change, or how that works over time. And if you, I believe we can, there's a way we can zoom in on these, and I can't remember how to do it right now. So mea culpa. Lots of stuff going on in this game. John DFW joining us here. How you doing, John? It's good to see you. Anyhow, I'm not going to play out this. I'm not going to call this whole game. We're just going to go ahead and auto-complete it. And we'll do to the end of game. And the Oakland A's take this one from the Chicago White Sox 7-4. Let me see. So Sal Bando hit a home run. So he is player of the game. So very, very, very nice game. You can do unattended autoplay. This has career mode built into it. So if you're doing a season replay in Pure Sim Baseball, we did a 1968 project, which I have to finish with one more baseball game, but we simmed out 1968 on a bunch of digital baseball sims here on the channel in the latter part of last year. And 1968. And so this jumped right to, no, we did 1967. I'm sorry, 1967. And then this jumped right into 1968. So this has a nice career mode in it. It's a very, very deep baseball game. And it's free, but you got to join the Discord to get it. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing well, John. So, we're expecting an ice storm here in PA. Ugh. You folks in Texas are saying, what's ice? That's what we put in our bourbon. And so got out of work early tonight. FedEx is like, because of our planes, got to de-ice wings. We got to get the freight over to the jets. So, boom, there we go. All right, so I'm going to put and we want to thank John DFW. He's the one that created our Discord. And I'm going to put the link in there. Anybody wants to join? And join up. It's a great, great baseball community, guys. So it's not just a way to get a free ball game because it doesn't cost you anything. This is a great, great, just a great, great community of people here. All right. So if you do join the McGreevy Discord and you're interested in either strategy baseball or pure sim, Those are available in the channel hashtag other baseball games. There you go. So John rubbing it in. He says it's really warm where he is. 68 degrees. Oh my God, I love 68 degrees right now. But to no avail. Yeah. So there we go, guys. So thank you for coming in, watching some 1971 action. Pittsburgh Pirates defeating the Philadelphia Phillies 3-1, and allowing me to show off for Mal Games. If he's still here, you're welcome, Pete. And Pete, you're one more visit, man, and you get the coveted blue wrench. So signing off, I just want to remind you guys that we are going to have Derek Bain on soon. We have our Super Bowl baseball something. I've been calling it the baseball spectacular, but you guys know there's nothing spectacular I do. But hopefully we're going to have people on, calling a few innings, maybe in something like Diamond Mine Baseball. We've done that in the past. Maybe have a little fun trivia contest. I don't know. We're just going to play it by ear. I'm going to, obviously take little breaks here and there. And during those breaks, we'll have things like MLB The Show and APA Baseball for Windows, which both have great announcers and stuff like that. I'm hoping that we'll be able to look at some, for nostalgia's sake, go back, maybe do a game of micro league baseball if you want. We'll do old time baseball, of course. Tony La Russa, maybe Bo Jackson baseball. I don't know. It's just going to be a crazy day of a lot of baseball, and seeing if I can break Dwayne Mart's record. Dwayne Martz holds the record for the longest stream now in our sports gaming community. So let's see if I can kick his arse. All right. Well, I guess that's it, guys. We have a fantastic community here. Al Red Sox fan, ID Jester, Sports Time Machine, Philip Reynolds. Just all kinds of great folks here. Subscribe. It's a lot of fun. There are worse ways, certainly better ways you can be spending your time, but there are worse. We already did a Pirates game tonight, so I'll probably save this one for another one. And before we go, we got to give some love here. So another channel you need to subscribe to is FAC Sports Desk with Paul. And the reason being, I'm going to close this game, and I'm going to show you why you need to. Because he is the software tester for this gem here that is coming up on the screen here in front of Forbes Field in just a second. This began life as a cards and dice game, is still a cards and dice game. This is Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, developed by Craig Harris and Matt McKeever. And Paul is we're talking in depth, to the point of OCD. And we love it. So it's good to see you, mate. He says good morning. He's over there in Cyprus. New version coming shortly with full board game assistant. So guys, this is amazing. So one thing about this is, to my knowledge, this has the largest database of any digital baseball game. And you can, every Major League Baseball season from 1871 to present, you can print those cards and play the cards and dice game if you want. You can play them right here. The game is contained within this Pocket Pennant Run Manager. There's a physical game. So if you buy the physical game, it's $24.99. If you buy the PDF print and play game, it's $14.99. But either way, you get access to this amazing piece of software. And while it might not, it's got a great logo, but while it may not have like the eye candy of Action PC baseball, or more importantly, out of the park baseball, this is a really, really, really good baseball game. And they're instituting now the board game companion. So, right, of course, there's other, great applications too. A lot of people use Digital Diamond Baseball. This is another one now you can use. One of the advantages to this one, you don't have to type any syntax. It's all mouse driven. Roll the dice, boom. Click in your result, you're ready to rock. It's the light version is implemented into the game right now, but the full version coming soon. And then what I'm hoping that will come after that, and I'll maybe gently remind Craig, it's like, could we please have a schedule generator for the for teams that we create in team management. So Paul has, thank you, Pete. Thank you so much for joining the family. That's the way I like to put it. So guys, I mean, you want to add a team. I'm just going to do add a team just to show you very quickly just how much is here. When I said, I mean, how big this database is. It's ridiculous. It's larger than Out of the Park, and that's saying something. So you have two Major League Baseball databases here, 1920 to 2024. But then if you're like me and you like real old-timey baseball, you can play 1871. Oh, hey, they changed it. No, they didn't. That was a little splotch there. So 1871 to 1919. You've got the Negro Leagues, man, from 1920 to 1948. You've got AAA baseball from 2000 to 2024. You got just 1 year of NCAA baseball. Japanese baseball here, the Nippon League from 1950 to 2024. Korean Baseball Organization 2001 to 2024. And yes, indeed, the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. This is a mammoth database, 316,000 players in this thing. And if it was a professional baseball team, they're in here. So I don't play anything except Major League Baseball stuff, but this is an amazing piece of software. He says schedule will be pushed next after this version coming. Nice. He says doing a video with sneak peek at new features today. Guys, right now there's 12 of you. Please go subscribe to Paul. Paul doesn't do just baseball. He does other stuff as well. But he's done a fantastic job here with this. So you can see here already the list of teams. I'm starting to create a sort of cross-era league, and it's a nice mix right now. I haven't put any dead ball teams yet, but we got the 1920 Cleveland Indians, the 32 Cubs, 36 Yankees, 51 Dodgers, the 80 Phillies, and the 91 Pittsburgh Pirates, and we're going to keep filling this out. And for now, I'll probably just do some sort of tournament thing. Oh, yeah. So guys, do please subscribe. Paul's, and also there's a Facebook group too. If you're a Pocket Pennant Run person, what are you going to lose here, guys? It's $15. $15. You get access to the software, and believe me, this is nice. This is nice. You look at all the modes, all the things that you can do here. This prints up the sexiest score sheets ever. And if you want, use the score sheets for other games even. It comes with different types of score sheets. I like the at-bat type score sheets that it uses. I used to be an inning score sheet guy, but this one's got me hooked in that. You want to just do a quick play, pick any two teams and play them against each other. So I could play the Kansas City Monarchs against the Rockford Peaches if you wanted in this game, if you really wanted to get nuts. So much to do in Pocket Pennant Run, and I think Craig and Matt are basically just giving the game away. It's just excellent. Keeps getting better. I will message you, Paul. I just, oh my God, I've been just forgetting, and I just wanted to have a chance to just kind of chat with you back and forth on Facebook. So when are your I'd love to have you on here sometime so we could talk about this game together. So if you're ever free and you want to come on, I'd love to have you on. Just tell people, because you're way more intimately involved in this fantastic project, being the software tester. And this game, it still has some hiccups, guys. It does, but those hiccups are less and less and less with Paul's diligent work here. So since there's 11 captive audience, nothing better than talking about baseball. I agree with you there, except talking baseball over a pint. We'll have to do the virtual pint, my friend, until we can somehow, if you ever get back to Blighty, maybe sometime I get back over to Ireland, just come across the Irish Sea, and we can hang out in Liverpool, because I've never visited Liverpool, and as a Beatles fan, I'm committing a mortal sin by not having visited Liverpool. So if you ever get home from Cyprus to Blighty, let me know. So a lot of stuff you can do, guys. Most guys here are seasoned replayers. You go to box score replay. So I'm just going to load in. Or wait, did I even do any? Yeah, I did. Or did I load? Do I have anything saved here? Yeah, I do. So if we go to 1949 and we're going to load, we can just load the save season. So a lot of people, when they do season replays, they want as played lineups and they want, right, all that. This game has it. This game has it. So this is the entire 1949 schedule. You can choose to just load for just a team if you want. Play any of these games. You can see the unique game ID, the date in which it happened, and the historical score. You can select any one of these games, play it. You can select a range of games that you might just want the computer to play, or for the engine to sim. And it has 2 ways to quick sim. Pick full sim if you wanted to track stats throughout your replay. The game itself, the flow is very, very nice. You don't have to go and consult any charts if you play this. Now, if you play the physical game, and let's say you create the cards from here, or you get the cards, because you also get access to all the cards already printed. You have, in other words, the images of them, you still would have to print them out. But if you spend a little bit extra dosh and it's worth it, you can get these nice mats, one for baseball 1920 to today, and then one for 19th century dead ball baseball. Beautiful looking mats. They have all your charts there, and it's just such a great baseball game. I would not have imagined a game that has so feature laden as something like this for such a cheap price. It's crazy. And it's a good community over there on Facebook. So check it out. Pocket Pennant Run Baseball. Samuel, man, I've been waiting for you. He says, so only 4 reported bugs in the latest version. I haven't had no crashes, Paul. So I don't know what the bugs have been. It's been lucky for me. I was just going to ask you, Samuel, you mind reader, you. So version 6.67 of Lance Hafner Baseball is Windows compatible, not perfect yet, but runnable. Download. Yeah, and I got to get seasons for that, man. Don't know how to get seasons. I guess I'll have to poke around the Facebook group and figure out how to get seasons. Because so is it not perfect yet, but is it fairly stable, Samuel? Because maybe I'll show it off. We'll do a little bit this coming Sunday. Okay, so the score sheet wasn't recording a save. Okay, well, that's not bad. Can deal with that. Definitely. So Samuel letting me know. And Paul, geez, you've been here I got to give you a wrench, man. Hang on. Got to give you a wrench, brother. You need a wrench. You need a wrench because you've been here so much. So where am I? I am Beatles eternally. So as a Beatles fan, I think I've honked off many Beatles fans. I think I've honked off many Beatles fans looking for Beatles sites, and they come across this baseball site. Anyhow, let me give Paul his wrench here. So MV with us. So let's talk about MV here for a minute because he's awesome. Good friend. He is from London, Paul. He's one of those, and actually lives in Wales, but he's a Londoner. He says, figure out how to get the update for Pocket Pennant Run. Question, do you just upload the update? So what usually happens, and Paul can, of course, answer this better. So if it's an incremental update, you can choose to either reinstall the whole game, which is what I do, and then Craig provides really good instructions on what files you need to copy over. Or, again, if it's just an update, just copy over the files that you need, the executable. And usually get that in an email. And also, if you're a member of the Facebook group, like Craig's like, it's available, it's available. So website LH Games. Yeah, let's show that too. Why not? People are hanging out. I mean, right? Everybody, girlfriends, wives, they don't understand, and that's okay. That's okay. So, guys, here is the LH Games page. We'll go back to the main page, but right here I'm going to ignore these other three because I don't care. But you can see there's other sports, lesser sports here. So there's full count baseball. It's there. So let's look at some screenshots. Now, it's not going to blow your mind, but it's in Windows now, which is really, really nice. So here's a little look at it. You get a nice little and Lance Hafner games are legendary. They're just legendary, guys. So Samuel telling us that the basketball games were outstanding. Yeah, MV, if you're in the Facebook group, Paul's saying right here, highlight this for you, video on how to do pocket pennant run. So all the stuff that you need, Paul is doing a complete series of everything that you want to know in pocket pennant run baseball, and it's awesome. Baseball will be perfected in April, says Samuel Smith. So, guys, if you remember Lance Hafner games from back in the day, this was a DOS game. And back in the DOS days, things were a bit clunky, as you know. But this is fantastic news. This was one of the pioneering serious digital baseball sims back in the day. There wasn't a lot. You guys know this, right, dude? And Derek Bain can speak to this much, much better than I. As Samuel tells us, cool. Where do you find Paul? So that's his FAC Sports Desk with Paul. Just put that into YouTube, MV, and subscribe to his channel, man. He's a good guy. And then you two limeys can talk. But no, seriously, Paul's a great guy. So yeah, it's going to be fun to talk to Derek Bain because you had Micro League Baseball, which kind of, right, you had the Lance Hafner, and this was great stuff. And I am so chuffed to see that this is being made available. Oh, wrong sport. Back. Anyhow, there for any of you guys that played those other games. There you go. Lance Hafner, full count baseball, legendary game, truly legendary. So again, I think that hopefully Derek will be able to talk about it here. So here's a look, had an auto scheduler, all this kind of stuff. You could go to games and just an incredible work. And of course, again, he also does football, basketball. What does he do here? Football, basketball. We're looking at football. Duh. All right. So he also does 3-in-1 football, courtside college basketball, and basketball of the pro game. So you can see here updating these. So these are the first major updates available in ages. So and finally available for Windows. So there they are. There they are. Lance Hafner is truly, it's just legend. It's legend. So do check it out. There's the old ad. Oh man. Oh damn it! I wish we could blow that up. It'll end up blowing up the browser. So can I get Lance Hafner back in the day in the UK? No, right? You couldn't. This was like so. Lance, I believe he's from Tennessee. Pretty sure he's from Tennessee. Yep, Nashville. No, yes, Nashville. See if I can blow up this ad a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. It's just a little snip, I guess, but that's it. But yep, so Nashville, Tennessee. It was a P.O. box. And let me see. So 26 teams from the most recent, 52 great teams from the past, 20-man rosters, ballpark effects. Just reading whatever. Box score to screen. You could play versus a computer AI, 2-player. You had autoplay options. Input your own teams. So Lance wasn't out there to like grab your money and stuff, but this plays a great game of baseball. And now you can finally play it without messing around with DOSBox. How about that, guys? So Samuel tells us earlier here to use version 6.67 and just add teams. I mean, you can't beat it, right? So eBay sells the package games. Seriously? Wow. So Matt Damon keeps the whole collection in a glass case in his house. No kidding. That is cool. So you had to go to the West End. Had to go to the West End back in the day. Well, better than going to, well, of course, Whitechapel now is really touristy. But imagine if you could buy, because baseball's around in 1888. Don't know if you'd want to be hanging around in Whitechapel in a certain part of the year in 1888. But yeah, so it wasn't, but this is great stuff. And I'm so excited to see Full Count Baseball now available. Full Count standings and leader program, $14.99. So the games themselves were $39.99 each. And understandable because, right, we're still in a very, very niche hobby here, sports gaming simulations. So I'd love to see this whole ad. I just can't. Let me see how much I can read of it. All right. So includes all 26 teams from the most recent, and it doesn't say season, but 52 great teams from the past, 29-man rosters, ballpark effects, stats compiler automatically keeps all player and team stats as well as past schedule results, complete box score to screen and or printer after each game, one player versus computer manager, two players, autoplay options, input your team's draft or trade players from teams already included. You choose the starting lineups, batting orders, relief pitchers, plus game decisions like when to hit away, bunt for hit, sacrifice, steal, hit and run, bring in the corners or the entire infield, take an extra base, DH option, and more. And these really did become sort of people would talk about Lance Hafner baseball, and it was almost kind of in hushed tones because you couldn't find these for the longest time. These were super hard to find. And then, you couldn't really run them in modern systems. And then after that, you had to be really good at DOSBox to get them to run. Now you just can, and look at that. They'll run on Macs, Linux, and Windows. Yeah, excellent crowd on here. So MV, I see that you guys are starting season 9 Fields of Dreams baseball. So congrats to you guys. Are you guys done with season 8? And if so, did you lose? Win? What did you do, Manchester? Pet Shop Boys. I like the Pet Shop Boys, man. Damn good band. So Paul says that Games Workshop Manchester was where you stumbled across Avalon Hill Games. Interesting. Games Workshop, of course, we know what they're known for. So Sean tells us Lance Hafner Games was most of what he saw in his sports magazines and newspapers. Always wanted to get it, but passed because your parents weren't going to order from the United States. Well, now you can just get it. So you can just download it, Sean. lhgames.net. So MV's chuffed that there's another Brit here. East End Boys, West End Girls, says Pete. You're referencing the Pet Shop Boys. Awesome band, should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I guess that's not going to happen, right? Okay, you're in the playoffs. The Red Bolts had a horrific season. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Oh, Paul, thank you. Jeez, wow. Thank you for that. And thank you, Craig. I'm just in Egypt that loves baseball, man. So, and loves community. So what happened to your Bolts, man? Okay, so there, Paul, you got a new subscriber, Chris Slovic. So he has them downloaded, but in DOSBox couldn't get the seasons. All right. Sports Sim, Sports Sim Magazine reviews Lance Hafner games. Great magazine. Check that out. They're great. They're like hallowed in the hobby, and pretty feature rich. Let me put that. Let me just give you guys that link again. I'll put it in the chat so that you can go and get these great games. All right. I'm just going to send you right to the downloads page, but you can bop around anywhere you want, obviously. Okay. There we go. So go get yourself some Full Count Baseball, and I do believe there's a Facebook group for this game. I think. No, there is. So we got to find it out on Facebook. I think the Facebook group is called Lance Hafner Games. So check it out. And maybe we'll do a game of it on Sunday. I'll have to mess around with it a little bit and do with that. So MV let me know what's going on with his Manchester Red Bulls, his baseball team, and the Fields of Dreams League, which is a great league, by the way, run by Steve Tate and Big Clue. She says, move to Shea, Tex Houston, and Burley pitched well, but you're hitting and fielding were poor. Ouch. You always need more baseball games, Sean. One can never have enough baseball games, right? This is just, you know that, right? It's in the book of Habakkuk, in the alternate Bible, Habakkuk pointing out that God himself, a baseball fan, because the canon of the books known as the Bible, right, starts out with in the big inning. See, so God definitely a baseball fan, using a baseball term there. So it's a holy thing, Sean. It's a holy thing to have baseball games. So there you go. Okay. Yeah. See, you come on, Beatles. You join the Beatles Eternally family, which you've been a member of this family forever. You get the complimentary straitjacket, wrench, and you get saved. So there you go, man. What did Susan Sarandon say? I believe in the Church of Baseball. So I don't say it as sexy as she did, but you get it, right? Anyhow, Paul. So Paul, again, his work and bringing this game, and of course Craig and Matt, yeah. But it's been Paul that has been, he plays like hundreds of games of this thing, like literally each time and with each release. And, there are bugs, he works them out, reports them. And without Paul, and this is not a knock on Craig or Matt, but without Paul, we wouldn't be at the point of excellence and pocket pennant run in which we are right now. I really mean that, Paul. It's just been absolutely incredible. So just to show you guys here that you could just like pick a you don't have to look at a whole schedule. So just really quickly, let's pick a team. Let's pick a team. So Mets, since MV's in here, we'll grab the 1986 New York Mets, and you can use the radio buttons if you want. Cute little touch there. Let's bring up the New York Mets, and let's say we wanted to do a 1986 New York Mets replay. So if you don't want to do the whole season and you just want the Mets, you can click this, boop, and there you go. And now you can play all your Mets games as they were played in 1986 with as-played lineups. The game will also show you who was actually using this game, whether it's pinch hitters, pinch or substitute or relief pitchers, what have you. So as a Pittsburgh Pirate fan, I tend to stay away from 1986 because we sucked really badly in 1985 and 86. Good Lord. Terrible. So Sean, he says, hey, Beatles, something to mention about the Pure Sim game is the fact you get a preview of each game played. Yes. I always forget to show that. Thank you, Sean. And it has since I don't have it up anymore, but yeah, it even predicts the final score of the game. He's really loving Pure Sim. Yeah, it's a great one, huh? So Sean's like, whoa, wait, really? Touch screen. What are we talking about? We'll look at that here. Pocket Pennant Run. So MV says Pocket Pennant Run Negro Leagues intrigue me. They have all the seasons. Yup, they're all in here, man. Come for the baseball. Stay for the gospel. There you go, Pete. See that? You come in here, you're going to get saved by the power of baseball in the beginning. Anyhow, I got to be careful. Here. I'm not, believe me, guys, I'm an Orthodox Christian, Eastern Orthodox. So I'm not making fun of Christianity. I'm just having a bit of fun. I mean, but all our bishops look like they should be in ZZ Top. So go figure. Long beards and stuff like that. Pretty cool dudes. So Pure Sim. Yeah, Paul. I think you've shown me. I've shown you on the channel. I've shown Pure Sim here to you. I think when you've been here. So guys, this works like with Windows, right? So we haven't even gotten into the game, but if you wanted to play, let the computer play a range of games, right? You could use the old Shift key, or you can use the Control key to just pick certain games you want played out, what have you. So good stuff. And we'll finish here by just showing a little bit of the game, and then we are going to cut out here. But John said something up here. So John is resisting salvation. He says, I'm stopping myself with Action PC, Out of the Park, and Strat. Any more games in your mind would be spinning. John, we're talking about your soul. And we're talking about free games and one nice, inexpensive one. I mean, come on, John. What are you going to say when you go to that great baseball diamond in the sky, decades and decades and decades and decades from now, and my favorite player of all time, Hannes Wagner, is sitting there in the celestial dugout, and he will say to you, John DFW, John Dallas Fort Worth, creator of the awesome Ned McGreevy League, why did you limit yourself to 3 baseball games? Knowing that your soul could be imperiled and that you would have to end up like watching, like, I don't know, like curling in the not the Bahamas, curling in some sort of weird thing. I don't know, John. John, I'm worried here, John. He says, okay, he'll pick up Pocket Pennant Run Baseball. Nice. And I'm not associated with them. All right, John's going to pick up Pocket Pennant Run. Yay. All right, another convert. John's already Church of Baseball, but so John, now you've been elevated to, you're an archbishop now. You're an auxiliary bishop because you did the Discord, but now you're an archbishop, buddy. We got to give you an archdiocese here, so we'll give you Cardiff, so you can make MV's life a living hell if you want. How's that? Come on, John. One of us. John says he's Protestant, so he doesn't believe in purgatory. Well, we Eastern Orthodox don't believe in it either. So we kind of go to our Catholic brothers and sisters. Where'd you get that one? But other than that, we're kind of the same in a lot of ways. But yeah, which kind of sucks because I'm thinking, dude, wait a minute. Catholics got it nice because they've got that, like, okay, I kind of screwed up, but not bad enough to, like, go to hell, or, having to watch the 1985 Pirates over and over and over again, which would be baseball hell. But they had that way, right? But if you're Eastern Orthodox, or if you're a Protestant Christian, dude, it's heaven, hell. There's no number 3 choice. And I've thought about that because I was raised Catholic and I converted to the Orthodox Church later on. And I'm thinking, I gotta go back to the Catholic Church, man, because then I could, like, purgatory. My ass isn't going to heaven, brother. It's not going to heaven. It ain't happening. So I'll probably have some good company down there, though. Anyhow, the Church of Baseball. It is. I should, you know what? If I thought I wouldn't get in trouble, I'd rename this Church of Baseball. But I think that would be a bit presumptuous. Let's play a quick game. Let's play a box score replay. And I'm just going to select a saved season. And we're going to do 1949. Because, all right. So let's pick a game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Oh, my God. Here we go. Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Giants. So the Brooklyn Dodgers absolutely trounced the New York Giants. April 19th, 1949. Score of 10-3. So select the game that you want to play. And don't click Run Box Score Sim unless this is how you auto play. So I'm going to show you that first. So Browns and Indians, or others, Phillies and Braves. So if you do Run Box Score Sim, this is really important. So in Pocket Pennant Run, Paul goes over all this stuff. So it's just that there's 13 people hanging out. So there's 2 ways to do this. If you do Quick Sim, all you're going to get is a score. That's it. Which is okay, but I know a lot of folks, when you're doing season replays, this is really nice in a cards and dice environment. This will provide box scores and player stats and everything, the full game sim, and it takes 1.25 seconds approximately to run. So let's do it. Boink. All right, and it is simming the game, and it shall be done in a moment here. My computer's tired today. So in this rematch, which the Phillies beat the Braves 4-0 on opening day in April 18th, they won this one 4-3. We can do this, and if we select this, we can show the box score. So there's the box score there for you to look at. Pretty cool, right? But you can also show stats. And so this is like, for right now, this is something you can do from the main page as well. Just having your own kind of mini baseball reference, if you will. And down here, this is super cool where you can search by different criteria. So this is kind of a little deeper, but you can just search by teams, what have you. It's only showing these 4 teams right now because these are the only 4 that have played. And there are all these players. You can just search them, but I can show you the more robust part. Better go to Paul's channel. All right, but let me just show the game because people are hanging out a little bit more. So why not? This is what you can get. There's so much to show. And so when you go to FAC Sports Desk with Paul, you're going to get a lot more in depth. You're going to see a lot of what this game can do. And again, this is a game within a larger piece of software that you can use for a number of different things with this. And we're going to show a little bit of Board Game Companion here. And I'm glad Paul's here in case I screw up, because he can say, stop, you Irish moron person. You did that wrong. And then I'll say, oops. All right, Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Giants. Here we go, print, play, game. So here are the starting lineups. These are the as-played lineups for that day. You can alter lineups. You can change your pitchers, do all that kind of stuff. You can export these. If you don't want to play Pocket Pennant Run, maybe you want to do these in Green Fox. Green Fox, the integration between this and Green Fox. If you guys have never heard of Green Fox, a very, very cool way to play baseball on Microsoft Excel. It's really good. You can just save these to an Excel sheet if you want. You can save these lineups to player cards, and you can save the lineups to a score sheet and then just roll the dice. But we're going to play game day. All right, here we go. We're in the game. Da, 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 da. Your favorite sport is sumo wrestling. So what's that? They eat, don't they eat some sort of special, like, to help make them huge? It's like a super high calorie kind of stew or soup with like some shrimp and all kinds of stuff. It's huge guys. I don't know what it's called. So I didn't know it was your favorite sport, Paul. It's cool. Cool. Even when you were back in Liverpool, as John liked to call it, Liverpool. All right, so what you guys are looking at here right now is this is the like advanced version of the game. We're going to set it back to basic just so you guys can see, or the normal. So it's normal and advanced. We'll start it in normal. So if you're playing Pocket Pennant Run for the very first time, play a game or two in this mode. There's no range plays. You can see everybody is just kind of looks like just like a regular old baseball game. But let me run you through a couple things of what it can do really quickly, and then we'll play half inning, or we'll play a couple batters of this, show you the advanced rules, and then we'll show you just quickly the Board Game Companion. But go to Paul's channel, because he goes in depth, step by step, what to do, from installing this game to working in different modes to team creation to all the game modes this has to offer. So you have a bunch of tabs here. First, of course, you have these are the actual managers. Now, these aren't all implemented yet for 19th Century and Dead Ball. So hopefully that's something Craig will do. And if he won't, I will. And I'll send him to Craig. Here, Craig, I did them. Because this actually, you can create your own manager and create your own players in this game. It's very, very wide open. Nice sandbox. Okay, going to have the feed the dogs have breakfast? Yep. All right, Top Paul. Good to see you. All right. Good stuff. All right. So then down here, of course, you don't in the basic game, the normal game, you don't have to worry about. This is where you warm up pitchers, shows on deck. But we look for your current pitcher, fielders, bullpen, and pitcher's data. Now, when you look at this kind of stuff, whether it's your right, like if for your pitching data, all of this is sortable when you click on these stat categories. So, who is the big strikeout guy here for the Brooklyn Dodgers? Don Newcomb. Okay. Over here for the team that's at bat, you can look at batting data again, all sortable. So we're looking at the New York Giants, and we can see that the big home run guy was Bobby Thompson. Of course, the Dodgers of 1951 would remember that very, very well. Again, you can use your bullpen. Nice little feature of this game. So we can see that the New York Giants, you can see the relief pitchers that actually played, that made an appearance in this game. So anything above this dotted line are the actual pitchers. So if you're playing a game and you want to stay strict with it, you want to bring in a reliever, you bring in anybody you want. But I think this is a super, super cool feature. You can also, again, we showed pitching data. You can still see your batters when you're up, so you can see your whole team over here, which is nice. So they didn't use anybody off their bench, it looks like, as far as like any pinch hitting and stuff. And then everybody has his own card. All right, so current batter hasn't hit. It's because I've been messing about here. There's a batter. There we go. All right, so I'm used to the advanced version, so you have to pardon me. So you just look at the red die. This is a 12. So this is kind of like APA, kind of goes off the right, or an APA kind of thing where it will go off the pitcher's card first. Or if that's what APA does, whatever, you go to that card. So it's batter. We go over here, and this is a 4, and this is a fly out to center field. So you click select out, you do F8, and it records the out, batter up, and here's Whitey Lockman now. You got season stats here. These are Whitey Lockman's 1949 stats. Okay, and Ralph Branca ready to deal. Here is the pitch. This one could be trouble, and so this is a 10. So we see, it tells us it's batter, so we go to the yellow die. We get on here to 12. This is a park check, so that's the other thing. This has some kind basic park effects to it. So Ebbets Field, Hitters Park. So we look at the blue die, and that's a 7, okay? Now, when we go to 7 and you go to the power column, we can see here that it's a double, right? But we move it. If it's a neutral park, it stays on the 7. If this was a pitcher's park, we would move down 1 number. So with this roll, it's not a big deal moving down because it's still just a double. But if we move here up to an 8, which is what we would do because this is a hitter's park, this is going to be a double to center. Runners will advance 3 bases, and your runner will have a chance to stretch the hit, which is what we're going to pick right now. So we will select hit, and we do double plus 8, boop, and then it's going to ask, do I want Whitey Lockman to stretch for third against Duke Snyder? Let's take the chance. What the hell? And he's safe. There we go. Color coding under the players gives you a nice graphical representation. This is one of the best additions to the game because you can look at ratings of players and stuff like that. But I can just tell here, over here in light, right? Cal Abrams, that's his defense rating. So it goes like this. Green is an A. So Gil Hodges, of course, no surprise there. B is a B-rated fielder. Or blue's B-rated. Yellow is a C, and red is D. Okay. Same with base runners here. So Whitey Lockman with excellent speed. You can see his chances for stealing and stuff like that. And then we'll get into this tab in a little bit, Board Game Assistant. No syntax in this game. And right now covers almost every game situation. If you're playing cards and dice, no matter if you're playing APA, Strat, History Maker, Payoff Pitch, Inside Pitch. If you're one of those people who still plays Pine Tar Baseball or whatever, there it is. Okay, so, whoops, I forgot. Always got to hit batter up. I did tell you about the score sheet. It's sexy. It's cool. It's groovy. So let's let the score sheet comes up. This is what it generates. Really, really nice. And this will track everything as it goes along. So we can already see Bill Rigney flew to center, and then Wadey Lockman picking up the triple. And then what you do is just close this. All right. But it's always there. All right. Here's Sid Gordon now batting for the New York Giants. He's in the third slot. All right. So when you see a little circle around here, this is going to be a defense check. Okay. So I'm going to click here. And it will remind you blue die. But once you get used to the game, just go down here. It's 10. Click on this, and that's going to be a single. So older versions of the game, you had to remember this and then go select hit. As soon as I do this, boom. And then I just do that. And there we go. So Sid Gordon picking up the RBI. And it's 1-0 New York Giants. With 1 out, batter up. And here's the original big cat, Johnny Mize. I'm hoping for a righty-lefty thing here. And we didn't get one this time. So again, this is off. And again, everything color-coded here. So everything starts on the red die, right? So this goes to batter. This is 11. This is a power check 2. And this is going to be a fly to right tag. Obviously, this is going to be a tag situation, but I like to stay consistent so I don't forget. So I just score it F9T. And batter up, 2 down for Bobby Thompson. And here's the pitch to Thompson. And this will be a batter 8. And this is single, runners advance 2 bases. Boom. How about that? These New York Giants. Now, you're probably wondering about steals, okay? We're not going to make this game count. The little question mark that you see on each side will. So if we could go to Bert Shotton. So he's talking about a possible intentional walk, but no relief pitcher. I'm not going to intentionally walk Willard Marshall. But if I go over here to Leo DeRocher and say, okay, would DeRocher want Bobby Thompson to try to steal? We're just at the top of the game. Let's see. He's saying yes. So we can make up your own house rules if you want, but let's go ahead and steal with him because it really, really doesn't matter. Okay. He has a good chance to steal against Campanella. Decent chance. Let's see what happens. And he does steal. So Bobby Thompson. And there's an error on the play and a run scores. That was fun. How about that? So Bobby Thompson on third and a costly error and 2-0 New York Giants. All right. Willard Marshall still at the plate. Here's the pitch. And Ralph Bronco not having a great day here right now. So this is a batter 7, and this is a single, and it's going to be an RBI for Willard Marshall. So boom. And the New York Giants pouring it on here, 3-0. All right. Batter up, runner on first. Be interesting to see if DeRocher wants to try to reverse steal here. He says yes. If their defenses match, not this early in the game, I think it's going to be kind of silly to do that. So let's just do the pitch. This is a control 7, and this is a walk. Good God. I'm trying to get it to show a left-right. Walks are under hits. Boom. Okay. 2 on, 2 down, and it brings up Buddy Kerr, or Carr, I guess. And good God. 10, batter 6, and this is going to be a fly to left to end the inning. All right. So there we go. Pick F7. Done. And changes sides, and then Cal Abrams will lead off. Now we're going to switch into advanced mode for a little bit, and then I'll show you the board game thing. But again, you really want to go to Paul's channel for this. For in-depth stuff, it's really good. Okay, save settings. You're going to see something very different now. Now you're seeing zones, and go to Paul's channel. I'm not going to do any switcheroonies around or anything like that. I'll let Paul show you how this works. You see a white die has appeared. So now there are range plays. In this game, you really have to reposition your fielders. Paul explains why. I'm not going to reposition them. I really want you guys to check out Paul's channel and his explanations. They're superb. Okay, let's roll the dice. And so, see, now we've got a window that's popped up that didn't. This is a range play on the second baseman, Bill Rigney. And it's a 7. And this is going to be just a 4-3. Put out. Boom. So there we go. So he's able to make the play. But they are not, you can see here, right? They're not the Giants not strung up the middle at all. And in fact, defensively, I mean, they've got Bobby Thompson out there in center, and of course the big cat. So that's it. All right, Pee Wee Reese. And Pee Wee Reese swings. Now we got a lefty-righty result. So we have a right-handed pitcher in Sheldon Jones for the Giants, and we have a right-handed hitter. So on a lefty-righty, if it's the same handedness, then the pitcher gets the advantage. Makes sense, right? That's the whole idea of the lefty-righty thing. All right, so this is going to be a left-right 5. So we go to 5. We can see that this is a fly ball, but because it's a pitcher, we actually just go boop, and this is just going to be a. You can see it says G-L. That's a ground ball. So it's going to be a ground to. Now Paul will correct me, but I believe this can be a ground ball to short, because I know it has something to do with even odd numbers, and now my brain hurts. So, Paul, if you're still here, oh, he left. No, didn't. So check out his channel. So let's call this grounder to short. But that L means lead runner. So if we had a lead runner, we would get a result there. Okay, so ground ball, lead runner, ground to short, select out, and we'll just call this a 6-3 because that's what it is. And this 6-3 is what we want. And again, batter up. And if we show the score sheet again, you can see it's tracking everything. Okay, now that's basically how the game works. Now we're gonna pretend that we're playing Strat. Or not Strat. Let's pretend we're playing whatever. Yeah, we're playing Strat. We're playing APA, whatever. Some game, and I've rolled whatever this is. So let's say I've rolled, it's a single to right. It's just a single, whatever. So I would just select hit. All right, and notice I didn't roll these dice now. So now I got a runner on, and all I have to do here is batter up. So now let's say I'm rolling. And Jackie Robinson, we love Jackie. So Jackie's going to hit, we're going to have Jackie hit a double. All right. So Jackie's got a double. Boom. Now we got runners on second and third. And again, I'm not touching this. I'm pretending I'm rolling an APA game. All right. So Carl Furillo is up there now. So let's say, what are we going to do here with Carl Furillo? So I'm going to bring up the old board game assistant. Let's select... because we can't steal. So we're just going to select an out. Now, outs are interesting. Okay, let's say this is a drop K. Okay, so this is a board game assistant. You know, sometimes you got to drop third strike. So let's do drop K batter out. All I have to do is just select it. And he tries to beat the throw, but he's out. Okay, and that's that. So a little bit more board game assistant stuff. So Sheldon Jones, I don't know. Somebody throw something at me here. I don't care. Any sort of play. I'm just picking them out of my head. But this is how the board game companion works. So we select other. Let's say there's a buck, right? You've rolled a bulk result on your play. Okay, there's nobody on. So let's get him on first. All right, so let's just say here that Sheldon Jones draws a walk. Okay, battered up. Ralph Branca, he had a rough first inning, so let's pretend he balks. All right, so we're going to select other. We're going to select a balk, and now the runner just moves to second. That's all you got to do. Okay, so board game assistant is really cool. Paul does a complete game of History Maker Baseball using the board game assistant. And the only thing you have to do is just remember to bring up your next batter. You've got the score sheet keeping track of things in the background. You're playing the game of your choice. You don't have to remember any syntax. So you can choose how you want to play the game. And because it does track stats and all that kind of stuff, maybe you want to just roll your game. You're playing APA, you're playing Strat, whatever, and then let this, instead of using something like Fast Score, maybe you want to actually track stats and everything through the season, then just use the Fast Sim and this for the other games. And then I think that adds so much more to your replays. Instead of just having a bunch of scores, you also have player stats, standings. It's going to track that through you. That's it, man. There's a lot to this game. I'm just going to leave it because I don't actually want to play it right now because I'm comparing this with a 1949 thing I'm doing offline, or I want to be comparing this, I should say. I'm doing with Baseball for Windows. So, but that's it, guys. You've hung around with me for 2 hours and 14 minutes. We had some fun doing some baseball, and there's so much more baseball to have fun with coming up. So that is it. I want to thank, we'll hurry up here and thank everybody. Pete York, thank you, who gets a wrench next time. FAC Sports Decks with Paul, please subscribe to that channel, guys. John DFW was here. Thank you, John, Archbishop of something or other. Sean, so important, big member of the family. I'm going to make Sean a Cardinal. So Cardinal Sean, world's worst gamer, joined us tonight. Thank you. MV was here, heretic that he is. Thanks, John. Thanks, MV. Miss you, brother. My Pennsylvania bro, Christopher Slovic, was here. Samuel Smith, the erudite one, joining us tonight here at the ballparks. And moving back. This was a good, active night tonight, guys. Thank you so very, very much. David, NS Rail fan, Norfolk Southern Rail fan. Hopefully you'll come back in and join us again, David. Always something weird going on. Now games. I hope you got a chance to see Pure Sim Baseball. It's free. Sports Time Machine. So guys, please subscribe to that channel. Superb stuff. Derek Bain, who we're going to be having on here. Baseball Dreamland here was with us. I need to subscribe to that channel. So I'll be doing that after this. I don't think I'm a subscriber yet. H Field 07 was with us tonight. Thank you again, H Field. You got to get that wrench next time you're here. Clee Baseball Fan 879, another excellent channel. Christopher Slovic, great channel, both of them. Clee Baseball Fan 879, doing a Gaylord Perry replay. Don't know what Chris is doing right now. God only knows. Philip Reynolds, another channel. Please subscribe, guys, to these guys, to MV. All good guys. Greg Gorecki, thank you. I know Greg left a long time ago, but thank you, Greg. Greg, a fellow Bucco fan here, so I'd make him the Pope. And first one in the ballpark tonight was Truth Hurts Wilkie. All right. Yeah, you're a Cardinal now, Sean. So Cardinal Sean. Guys, until next time, see you around the batting cage. And hopefully some folks will show up Sunday. We'll just baseball it out all day, man. Interspersed with pictures of Natalie and Kate Beckinsale and whatever else. All right, guys. Good night.